Hello everybody, it's Trina. Long time no speak, well at least on the video. Um, I promised you we're gonna do this little host party, and first I just want to do a video for you, and then so I can interact with you, host a party so I can answer questions. So I'm pre-recording this, what's today, Tuesday. I was supposed to do a podcast, how to be, what is it? They're interviewing rock star entrepreneurs with families, and I've done one little one, and then they wanted to do a whole show, so that was canceled. So I thought, well, I did my hair for you girls, for them, so let's do this. So guess what? It's February. It's close to Valentine's Day. Many exciting things are happening. Weather's good. We're not burning up like last year. Borders should be opening soon. As you know, you can leave now, medically necessary, but I don't want you leaving. I want to know that when you leave, you don't have to self-quarantine or hotel quarantine when you return. I want to make sure everything's okay on this end. That's why I'm holding everybody off. You can go. There's nothing stopping you, but we can run into problems, and I don't want problems. We're dealing with surgery as it is, your livelihood, everything. So I'm going to go over a few topics we can add on, but things that might be concerning you. One is, let's talk about the borders. What I understand from the governments, what I've been told behind the scenes, is October 1st is the opening of regular tourism to Thailand, back and forth. It's called a green zone country. And what that means is with your digital vaccine, you're going to upload to your mobile and your passport. You will show that at the airport, and there will be a green zone country and a non-green zone country. That means when you arrivals from a green zone have no quarantine with the vaccination. That's how it's going to happen. That's what the new world is going to be. There are several countries that are listed. As you know, Thailand was number 4 in the world for handling and actually beat out Australia in handling COVID. So we're very excited about that. But you all know that it's known for medical. So they're not going to tarnish their reputation. So the reason the hold back on Thailand too is they want 2 weeks on quarantine. So all that quarantine, and you have to go back to work. I don't want the stress on you unless you really want to go. For now, let's all hold off. Now that's October 1st. What I also understand, words behind the scenes, Scott Morrison, and so on, if everything's cleaned up and these green zone countries are vaccinated and ready to go, it could be much earlier. So we have standby dates. But October 1st, third quarter, October 1st is the go-ahead green light for both reciprocal. So that's good news, right? Now, so we got that over with. As far as the hotel, we're still at the Shatrium. Beautiful hotel, you all know that. We're still in negotiation for the hotel for our health spa. If that happens, I'll let you know, and you can do upgrades to it and so forth. But for now, everything just will go the same way. Health-wise, I hope you all have been using this to get healthy and stop smoking and stop drinking. And I mean, this is for you. You're putting so much time and energy into these. You've been waiting patiently. You're getting ready. You want to have this new face, new body, whatever it is. Get healthy. The only person you're going to hurt if you're not healthy is yourself. There's no mistaking. Smoking will cause you an infection. The likelihood of it not means you're super healthy. It means you're working out all the time. Your diet is extraordinary. So the likelihood of you getting an infection if you are smoking are pretty close to 100%. That's how bad it affects you, because your blood you don't have the oxygen. So when you've heard stories on forums or even our forum, there's been clients saying they got it. Look, infections happen. It's very rare if you're really healthy, but they do happen. Now let me tell you a little story. Recently, someone very dear to me, my ex, had surgery in Canberra, hernia. And I don't know, he writes my pages, my website. He knows we do health. We talk about it as a family all these years. He got a terrible infection. and he was rushed back to the hospital. And this is with nurses coming on site, home nurses coming to his apartment every day and cleaning. It messed up so bad, and I had to call the hospital, and he had to go in for a second surgery. And he was actually scared, and he lost his whole belly button and everything because they didn't know how to make one, they didn't know how to save it. So this is done, a man that knows things about health but wasn't listening. You think I yell at you guys? He got a big lecture because he knows. He's been an athlete his whole life, but in the last 10 years he's gotten very heavy. He doesn't work out. Nutrition probably isn't good because he's not living with me. And yeah, so it was bad. It got really bad, and that's in Canberra. That's this Australia, and it was scary there for a bit. So you have to be working out. Doesn't matter what country. Doesn't matter how great our surgery is. You need to take preventative and actions after. It's your job to prevent infections, not ours. We do everything right. It's your job when you go home, back to the hotel, or when you're out, to keep it clean. We send in nurses. We do, but it doesn't matter. Like the story I just told you, it can happen. And the more surgeries you have, the more chance of it can happen. But if you listen to me, you'll be fine. You have to listen. You have to listen to our whole course of eating and thoughts and relaxation and keeping away from certain things. This is an exciting time for you, so use it to get healthy. Your thoughts, if your thoughts are unstable, let's for instance, I've had people that go down there and tell me that they are in severe depression all the time and they're on medication. Well, I'll tell you what, surgery is not going to make you happy the first month or so. You're going to go into probably deeper depression because of all the going under in general, and you're going through all those second guessing and you're freaking out. You have to have a good state of mind before you go. Listen to me. Listen to my staff. If you listen to us, everything goes smoothly. Always. Always. If you don't listen, nothing is going to go smoothly. And that means even for clients, I've heard of clients just laying in their bed the whole time. Movement gets you healing. Lots of water, bottled water. You don't want to be doing water out of the tap. Lots of fruit. If you can get seafood in you, seafood or chicken, nice lean meats, yogurt, juicing. Just get up and move. Get fresh air. I don't care if it hurts. If you're doing 4 surgeries, get up. The more you're laying there in that dormant stage, the chance of everything stagnant, the blood's not moving. That's what happens with cigarettes. You're not flowing. The blood doesn't have enough oxygen. That's why you get the infection. Besides that, you're not as healthy because you have all those drugs inside you. So get healthy, girls. Listen, all my staff has gone over with most of you the diets in the community, and when you log in, do it. You're going for a reason to get better. Make sure you're going in with a super healthy body. Get out and walk every day. I like you doing weight training if you can, yoga, juicing. I have all these videos out for you to do. Do it. Do you want to be healthy, or you just want to use this? I think sometimes this is like a Band-Aid to your life, that you think, oh, if I go get a tummy tuck, I'm not going to have stomach fat again. Well, that doesn't happen. How many of my clients have put on weight this last year and their tummies are a lot bigger and they probably need lipo? Hopefully not another tummy tuck. It doesn't make it not from, if you get a facelift, doesn't mean you're not going to age. They last from 4 to 7 years on the average person. So this is just to tweak everything, to make you feel better, to remove the skin. But it's not going to make you feel extraordinary. You are going to make yourself extraordinary by eating right, exercising, meditating, listening to healing music, staying away from bad people that make you nervous or make you second guess yourself. Stay around people that have a good outlook, that want to do well in life, that think you're a wonderful person. Work together, come together. Look, I wish I could just wave my little magic wand and you just go down there and surgery's done and you're happy the first few days, and off you go and you never age and you never get fat again and everything's great. Well, that doesn't happen. Being healthy is a lot of hard work. Being happy is a lot of hard work. Being happy is harder than it is to be miserable. being overweight and bad health and abusing yourself is easier than being healthy. But what are you getting out of that? You're not happy on the long run. You might have a short fix that you go home and you want to bitch and, oh, I have to have 10 cigarettes and a gallon of wine and yell at my kids and not clean anything up. But where is it getting you on the end? Because it just snowballs. It gets worse and worse and worse. And I don't want to yell at you. I mean, how long have I been doing this now? 8 years trying to send you all over there to make you feel better. The whole reason I start the cosmetic surgery to the wellness is because not everybody, you didn't have me around 20 years, 30 years ago. So you may have aged exponentially. You may have put on weight and your skin is in bad shape. But now you have me. Now let's start reversing it naturally with your thoughts, your nutrition, what you put in that mouth, what you put in your ears. And what I mean by ears, what you're listening to. You know, I was in that, where was I recently? They had some horrible music, and I'm sorry, I don't like that grunge, whatever. I like beautiful music that makes your soul dance, what I can feel. And I like dancing music as long as I can feel it and it feels good. You have to do things that make your heart dance. That's people, that's places, everything. If something makes you squirm and you feel uneasy, don't do it. That means even people, even family, even friends, that if they're making you hurt afterwards, or unless you're not listening, like if someone's trying to help you and help you and help you, you're not listening, that's different. But if you're doing everything right and someone still makes you feel bad, they're not your friend, or they're not your family. It owes you the right to be your friend too. Surround yourself by loving people. Someone asked me, Angie asked me, how do you vibrate high? Well, you don't do wrong. That's the first step. You just don't do wrong. And that doesn't mean the wrong that people see. That means the way every thought creates your future. That means, are you thinking negative thoughts about yourself? Are you thinking negative thoughts about other people? Are you jealous? Are you envious? Are you greedy? Are you lying or stealing or just cheat the government a little bit? All these things are wrong. So that lowers your vibration. Vibrating high is helping someone with the door, helping someone, even if it's helping in their household with their kids, helping, not coming from a control. A lot of people like to have control of people by giving them something, but making them stay beneath them and worshiping them. That's not right either. When you do something, you do it without others knowing you even did it. Silently. Do it nicely. Do it out of your heart. That raises your vibration. If you're looking oh, well, I helped you and write that down. And so that's not helping. That's a control. So every time you do something, do it straight out of your heart and do it because it's just good. It makes people feel good. That's why I do this business, because I love seeing you morph into that new person and how your lives change. How many of you, well, some of you have broken up. We'll get to that in a second. A lot of you have found the perfect man or woman, how you got a new career, how you've made changes. And that's what it's all about. That's why I did this. Otherwise, I just stayed in wellness and work on your spiritual side. But so many people, they need that kickstart. You need maybe that tummy tuck or that breast or the face or whatever it is, just to make you feel a little better. So you get into the gym a little bit more, so you get out more. How about taking a walk around the water, or a beach or a lake or a river? Or if you're out in the country, go across the prairie or sit under a tree, talk to the birds. Just connect to nature and play beautiful music. It's healing music. There's heart music. There's releasing music. If you look it up, Allie's listed in an article today for you. Look up the different things that have caused you pain, and you can lift your vibration. There wasn't a day during the heated. You see how I'm talking? I'm not even talking. The pandemic's not done, and they haven't opened up borders. Bury in my head, it's done. It's over. It's been done for a few months in my head. That's how I think. I don't go, oh, my business, I'll never have my business. I left my husband, I had to learn to say ex, during the heat of this whole thing in June. In June, when everything was shut down and the world was at odds, and And I just said, I'm doing this with nothing from him, totally on my own. Because I wanted, if I can't do that, who can do it then? I mean, there would be nothing there. I took not a thing from him. Totally left without anything. And you know, many of you know behind the scenes how I've handled everything. So, not because I'm great, it's just I go outside and I keep myself away from people that are going to say, oh, you can't, no, you can't do that. Oh, you're not this. Oh, you're too old. Or you're going to, oh, no, the borders are never open. All those things, they fester like a infection. How do I clean that out? Every day I take long walks at a beautiful time of day, and I listen to that healing heart music and the angels, and I talk to the birds. Yeah, probably look a little loony out there. And do I care? No. I go play in the water. I stop and I sit on a tree and I just touch it, and I just hold on to it. And I send out prayers and I just breathe and bring it all in, and I shut my mind down. And I stop listening to all the white noise, all the chitter chatter of people, and I just block it. I never listen to what people are saying or news or governments. I get upset and I sometimes tell them off, but I don't listen to anybody except me, my soul, and the divine. I get all my information there, and then I'll have my colleagues go and confirm it. So what you need to do is you have to make time for you. Every single day you have to make time for you. The first thing you do in the morning when you wake up, yeah, maybe you need to go get your coffee. That's okay. But even the children have to know time is for you. Because if you're not 100%, you can't give to them. Your vessel has to be 100% before you can give to the others. So you're full of light, and it just comes out and it reverberates and it comes more and more. So then you draw in with light, you draw in more. If you're thinking negative thoughts, imagine what happens. You decrease, and your energy's harsh, and you send it off to people, and people actually don't even want to be around you. So, and then you attract in all those bad things like, oh, the car won't start, someone cut you off, or the, well, we are in Mercury retrograde, so everything's going bad right now. But just laugh about it. Don't take it so personally, and just make a joke out of it. Then get out there and exercise. Get out there and juice. I don't care if you don't have time, because you do have time. If you can go on Facebook, or you can go to the pub, or you can go to do whatever you're doing that extra. I don't care. Take it less than half an hour less sleep then. And maybe let the house a little dirtier. How about that? How about your kids do a little bit more to give you more time? Because the happier you are, the happier they are. You have to have control of your life. Your kids come second. Your husband or your wife comes second. You come first. Your health is paramount. Your thoughts are paramount. The source, the energy that you get from the divine and down that's coming into your body has to be full of light and shimmery gold. So you fill up with it, not negative thoughts, not self-doubt, not thinking everybody's out to get you or you're out to get everybody else. Those are all low vibing thoughts. The more fruits and vegetables that are in you, the more the cleaner the more alkaline you are, the higher you vibrate. The more you do good for others, and that's not talking about giving off money to a charity or something. It's continuously doing good, from the way you smile at someone, to helping someone on their job, to when you're in the car, not cutting someone off, letting them in, helping the kids become something better. And someone, she's gonna laugh at this. Someone said, Trina, all your do-good vibes are happy. I don't know what she said. A lot of people don't like it. That when you're this big light and you're always happy. I get in a bad mood when I'm driving. Oh, I hate that. Ask anybody, because I have a perfect, if you look at my driver's license from the U.S., I have safe driver. And then over here, I think the only ticket I ever got was that we were in a bus lane on the Sydney Bridge. My husband and I both following each other because there were no cars on there. And we didn't know it was a bus lane. I'd probably drive a little old lady-ish, but I do. It's always perfect. I don't want to do anything wrong. I watch out for everything. But it's paranoia, because I've been in almost 3 near-death car accidents for people either driving or people rear-ending me. So I don't know. It's not like it didn't happen to me, and it's not a good feeling when you go through windshields and feeling that pain and your body's, destroyed, and you have to go through all that rehab. So I don't like it. There's a lot of bad driving out there, so that's why I drive that big Audi. I can't even say it. Q7 to protect me when I'm driving. But I do get frazzled when I'm driving, and if I don't have enough food in me and I'm traveling long ways and people are doing stupid things and I'm running out of gas, you'll hear me scream. That's life. And then I laugh about it later on. You have to, even for that, I prepare myself now. I bring some food with me. I bring some juicing with me. I'll bring more than, because a lot of times in the morning I'm just juicing. I'm not eating a lot of protein or anything. I'm letting the body fast intermittently with just pure green juices going in to help me keep my liver clean. Because the trick to losing weight and being healthy is your liver. So if it's like a stagnant waste stomach, it gets fatty. The medications people take, the drinking, the smoking, the bad foods, it gets fatty, and it just blah blah, and it doesn't do anything. And then women with their anorexia and their intermittent diets and bad eating, it's just a clogged up mess. So it doesn't work well. Someone said to me, there's not a good and a bad liver. And yeah, no, there is. When you do your test, there's on the very bottom, and you're almost borderline to having a bad liver, or very top means you're functioning well. You always want to be at the top functioning: thyroid, liver, kidneys, all of that. So the more everything is cleaning out, and that comes with juicing. And you see me doing videos, you see me talking about the milk this so to keep it clean. I drink it, everybody knows it, but I also do so much cleansing, and exercise blows it out too. So I have this really healthy liver, so I'm able to combat and things that are being thrown at me. So I keep the body strong inside, I keep the thoughts so the body moves well. I keep very flexible, and I do push myself hard, and I mean hard. I have, from all those car accidents, being rear-ended, and one time I fell on the back end of a axe down in Victoria when we had the house spa, and that smashed the heck out of there, and all those accidents and gymnastics. So it was to the point the last few years that I could hardly even move them. So I stopped doing upper body, and just kept lower body. And that was the dumbest thing I could have done. Joints need movement. And you say, oh, but it hurts so bad. Literally in the nighttime when I'm sleeping on one, it feels like someone's putting knives in, and I go to the other side, it feels like, and it still does a little bit here and there. But during COVID, my daughter, Savannah, that was down here, and all my kids are big into working out. And so, Mom, you need to get back to your classes and doing, because now I started doing, treadmill and those machines and a little bit of lower body. And I was getting stiffer and stiffer, like you do. After 50, you lose your balance, and that's why people break things. And then their bones get less density, so in the all these problems. So I pushed myself now. I got back on doing those classes, and I got an injection that lasted a few months, whatever, maybe not, probably not, because the more I get them, the more I go and do more. But the good news is I didn't give up, and went and had another injection that lasted about a week that time. And I push myself, and I stretch more, and I go and I have the remedial massage done to the point, I think one time I almost passed out. Literally, I went dizzy. She was hitting me so hard, and getting under there and pushing it, and I saw stars. And when you start sweating, you feel like you're gonna throw up. I go, but it's working. And I sound like I like that. No, I don't like it, but I don't like having a body that doesn't move. So I pushed it, and I worked out more, and I did more yoga, more of this, and now I'm back to doing pretty much 100%. Now, am I going to be able to do back handsprings and land on my arms as much? You see, I said as much. I want to do it again. Do they hurt? Yes. Do I sit with a big block of ice on both my shoulders in the nighttime? Yes. But I'm at 80% now without drugs, without injections, doing it completely myself, and I'm back to doing 80 to 90% of everything I've done in my adult life and working out. That's pretty good. As you know, I'm turning 60. But I push myself in the splits, the handstands, everything, all and the working out. And I go through pain and I sometimes want to cry, but I keep pushing myself. You said, well, why? Why do you want to push yourself? Because I love being healthy. And I have to be healthy to make sure you all are healthy. And I have all these kids and I have a lot. I don't want to go through life complaining. I don't want to go through life blaming. I have a lot of family members that are riddled with disease, autoimmune, and this and that, and their whole life has been just complaining. And I can't stand it. I love what my husband, ex-husband says, you love going to the doctor, so he tells you how great you are. And I said, well, I never really thought about that way. But I've had some stupid doctors say, oh, you have something wrong. And then I go and I go to a specialist. No, you don't have that. You're great. Why, who told you that? Because they automatically see you as a number and an age and blah, 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 and everything. You need to take control of your life, your health, your testing. Everything comes from you, your thoughts, what you want to manifest. So, throwing so much at you, I don't know how you're going to take this all in. So, let's say the breakups that are happening. You have a lot of breakups going on. Well, of course you have breakups, ladies. You met me. I've been sending on for a few years of all this growth, so gross. So whoever you met, if he or she hasn't been growing with you, of course you're breaking up. You don't stay with the same partner if you're not growing at the same soul growth. Yeah, sometimes, one might go backwards or forwards. Soul growth, your whole life spins around. Ego growth, you usually stay with that partner, or there may be affairs or something. Soul growth's a whole different story. That means it doesn't matter how hard you try not to. It's like flipping your car 5 times. Your whole ship, as I always say, you're the captain of the ship, changes direction. People fall off it. I always say it like the bad people are pirates. We get rid of them, and we have that cargo, which is you, that body, and we start bringing it to our destination. That's your destination. When you start thinking from here instead of here, your whole life changes. But you can't get there in that beautiful world of thinking until you start thinking beautiful thoughts. Remember, every thought creates your future. So we have some of you that have gone through terrible breakups, and it's hard. But if that person if you're looking at a person to make you feel good, that's not a relationship anyways. A person should not be making you feel sexy or happy. You should be feeling happy and sexy and strong and empowered. Then you spread your energy back to them and you share. That's a healthy soul level soulmate growing relationship. Ego, how much money we make. Oh, we got to do this for the kids, and we're going to have this family. We're going to live in this house everything's marked out, and I want my kids to do this, and this. That's standard, everyday, blah, blah, blah living. Yes, you do need to have things mapped out for retirement and so forth, but you also have to remember, if you're going to live a really abundant, blissful, soulful life, you have to be ready to surrender and release and not get caught up in, oh, I got to go do that, because your soul might just put on the brakes, say, no, that doesn't make me happy anymore. I want to go do this. And that doesn't mean going off having an affair, because a lot of those are just based on visceral physical attraction. I'm talking about true love affairs, when your soul vibrates in the right person and they make you feel good and they inspire you to be better, and you make each other laugh, and you navigate the world together, holding each other up. One might be up, one might be down, but it's always together in this one soulful level. So if you don't have that, yes, a lot of you have been growing, and I'm very proud of you, but you lose your relationships. They don't have to be nasty on the end. You still can be great friends. I'm really good. I mean, probably too good with my ex. I love him. I admire him. I probably admire him respect him out of all the men in my life. So smart, so brilliant, always right about everything. Such a gentleman. He doesn't do any of that gross men stuff. Sorry. But But just soul level, he didn't keep up with me. And the more you grow in soul level and you understand it, the more you need the same. And so don't be mad at yourself if you've left relationships. Leave it alone. It's in the past. Don't look back. Otherwise, you'll stumble while you go forward. Leave it. Think about now your intention. What are your intentions? Make a list. Put it under your pillow. Light a candle. Read it out loud in the nighttime. I want this. And I don't mean silly things like, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds or I want a new job. Identify that job. See yourself doing it. See yourself talking to your boss. See yourself driving to that job. What is it? Is it a new job? Do you have to go to school to be able to achieve it? A new partner. What do you see? Don't say what you don't want. Don't say, oh, I don't want a man doing that, sits and watches football all day and he just wants to hang with his friends and he just drinks a lot of beer and he doesn't help in the house and he talks rudely to me. Don't say that. Those are negatives. Only say positive. I want a man that's going to work out with me. We're going to cook dinner together. We're going to laugh at the kids and show them how to be their best. We're going to take walks on the beach. I'm going to help him do this. See it. Write it down. See a mental picture, but be ready for change. Understand when you are guided by your soul, there's so much you can't see out there. And when you start vibrating it in, it comes in. Be ready and just understand nothing's on accident when you're living through your soul. We look for tangible reasons in intangible signs all day. From a bird talking to me, as many of you know, the birds come to me and we talk up a storm when I'm meditating. It's the coolest thing. Some of you that have been on the retreat have seen it. Not a bird around. All of a sudden I'll go into a deep meditation and all of a sudden the most beautiful birds come out. And sometimes they'll come right up on my hand. And they'll, and I go, yeah. If you raise your vibration, because high vibration is at a high frequency, so and that's how you have to raise, and you can start to hear things without even talking, without listening to people. You just listen, you can hear their thoughts. And the same thing as you can hear when their thoughts aren't as good too. So that's, if they're not good thoughts, then remove yourself. All right, so that's a few things. So let's get you up in the morning. Start with just breathing. Every time you take a deep breath in, you're connecting to your soul. Breathe and just open up your soul. Deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and just feel your soul vibrating. You can start when the higher you start to vibrate, the more spiritual ascending. You will know when energy is coming into you. You can see colors behind your eyes. You know when there's a negative issue coming up. You don't need anybody to tell you anything more. You just feel, and you know the power of healing and manifestation when you truly are aligned and vibrating high. Nothing scares you anymore, except getting on the highway. I'm not scared of dying. I don't like the pain of it. I love using my body, and I'm sick of all the car accidents. How many times I've been through windshields or being in a bad car accident and all the rehab. I don't like that part, and it's never my fault, so I get a little upset about it. All right, let's not talk. That's negative. So, one of you asked me recently, when you did go through something bad, how do you handle it? Do you just let it go? Well, no, you just don't ever let something go. That probably could be a very cancerous thing to do, meaning it's a good way to attract cancer into your body. You have to review it. You have to go through the grief of it. You have to feel the pain. You have to see the person or the organization that did it to you. And then I always, one perspective up, one level up. Because people that do bad things to you always say, oh, I did the best I wish I could have done different, did the best I knew how, or if I knew I would have done differently. Well, 9 times out of 10, they did know what they were doing. They just have this dialogue going on in their head the whole time that either you deserve it or they need to do this to get where they're going, because they have a focus and they want to go there, and that's all there is to it. So it didn't matter if they damaged you or damaged your family or damaged your company or whatever. They just have a goal, and it's usually pain inside them that makes them do it. So you wonder, especially if you've been doing a lot of right in your life, you wonder what did you do wrong to attract that. You have to figure it out. Why are you putting up boundaries? Is there still part of you that needs to heal? Are you super powerful that you are attracting in a lot of people like a moth to a light? You have to look one perspective up. Always what's going on, not down here where, oh, you did this to me, you did this to me. One perspective, like I always say, pretend you're dead now and you're looking down at some events, and what could you have done differently? What did you do wrong to make it happen? And could you have spoken up more? Could you have addressed it more? But on the end, you should speak it out. And if you can't speak it out with the person or organization, then you do have to see it in meditation and cut the cord to it, say, I forgive you. And that's it. Because if you don't forgive them, you're never going to heal. And it's not your job to fix them either. It's not your job. I spent many years trying to fix people and make them learn. Well, it's not my job to do that. I can do it in this forum, discuss with you how you can, but it's your job. And that's why you hear me yelling and keep repeating this. It's your job to heal, your job to take care of your wounds, your job to take care of your diet, your job to make sure you're safe. I am there. And we are very powerful. As you heard, we were voted #1. That's pretty good, when you're dealing with surgery. And it's impressive because we do extraordinary aftercare. My team of doctors, well, Dr. Theopong, I just love him to death, and I trust him with anybody, with anything, and I always know he does the best. He is not going to let you go in there and not do the best. What happens after? No, the hospice is fantastic too. And my nursing staff and assistants are incredible too. Some people will get infections. It's very rare if you're not smoking and taking care of yourself. Very, very rare. 9 times out of 10, that person's doing something wrong. But you just heard my husband, who doesn't smoke, who doesn't really drink. He's just, I hate saying this, but he's fat. He knows it too. And he's not working out anymore. So he's aging. Organs are getting slower, toxic. So you got to keep strong and healthy. Otherwise, things are going to happen like anywhere in the world. Our beautiful Andrea, she just had a powerful surgery, and it breaks my heart. We do love you, Andrea. You know it. And her husband and her mommy. And she just had that beautiful makeover, and then she got sick, a bowel problem, and they went and hacked up her stomach. But we can figure that out another day, and she'll get over it, and she's powerful, and things happen. That old saying, shit happens. But what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and just recognize, like I said to her when she was writing, when she was so upset, I think it was around Christmas, I don't know. It's been a year of shit out there, right? So, I said, but honey, you're alive. You could have died from that. When your bowels perforate, you can die. So you're lucky. You always got to look at the positive. I look at this last year, it sucked. We were kicking ass, and it really sucked. But on the other hand, I had all this time to spend to finally relax and get some sleep. I don't think I've really slept much in the last 40 years of my life. I've worked worked hard when I was a child too. So I've either been working, since I have a kid, I go back to work that day. I never took time off, always work, run a household, cook, clean, take care of the house.